Hello YouTubes, and welcome to another edition of the Casual Word, Food for Thought. This is just where I take an opportunity to share some of the revelations that I have, some of the epiphanies, some of just the thoughts, the questions that I have as I'm studying the Word and just trying to learn more about what God is trying to say to me and what God can give me to give other people. Today was an interesting day. I had great conversation with two of my really good friends, and it was encouraging word. You know, we were uplifting each other. We were just talking about life and about some of the things that God's doing in our lives, and it was just so powerful that I was really touched to bring an encouraging word to you all. I was really motivated to talk to you guys about staying the course and just persevering and endurance and having patience in all of that. So again, I'm your host Langley, and this is the Casual Word, Food for Thought. And today we'll be coming from excuse me, Joshua, and this is Joshua chapter 1, and we're starting at verse 1. We're going to read through verse 9. Now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even until the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun, shall be your coast. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Be strong and of good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. And then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. May the Lord add a blessing to the reading of his word. Again, this was Joshua chapter 1, and we read from verses 1 through verse 9. I just want to take an opportunity to just speak encouragement to you all. The Lord is going to deliver. The Lord's going to do everything that he said he's going to do. So don't be dismayed. Right? Don't be discouraged if things don't seem to go according to plan just yet. You know, first and foremost, our thoughts are not like God's thoughts, and our ways are not like his ways. So we can't presume to think that what we've got planned in our minds is the same way God's going to move. Because more often than not, he's going to do things in a way that he sees fit, that is so beyond the scope of our thinking, and so beyond the finite mentality that human beings have, that there is no real way to process just how tremendously the Lord can move in a situation, just how amazing his power and his might can be, that you would have to look back and say there was nothing but God there, because that's the only way that thing could have happened. And a lot of times we get discouraged because human beings have a perception of time. We have an idea of a time frame that we like to see God operate in. And that is just not so. People talk about not boxing God in and not trying to confine him. And really all you're doing is you're confining your own thoughts. You're confining your own mentality is really what's happening, because we cannot presume to confine God to anything. So really what's happening is you are putting boundaries on your perception of him, because that is the only thing that we have control over is ourself and our thought process. So with that being said, the only thing that you are confining is understanding what God can actually do, how powerful he is, how great he really is. He talks in this scripture that he says in verse 3, every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that I have given unto you, as I said unto Moses. And then we go to verse 5, there shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. So the Lord is telling you right there, anything that he has called you to do, anything that he has instructed you to do, anything that he has given you in your spirit, all you have to do is be obedient. All you have to do is literally just go. He's going to take care of everything. He's going to open the right doors. He's going to put the right people in your ministries. He's going to put the right people in your paths, in your jobs. He's going to put the right people in your social life, in your social standing, to be able to open doors for you, to be able to help assist you in ways that you didn't even know you were going to need assistance in. That's just how great God is. He can move in such a way that you didn't even realize you were going to need that type of help until that person came along, until that situation presented itself, until that door was open. You didn't even realize you were going to have to walk through that door, or you were going to need to walk through that door, or you were going to need a particular door to close. Because so often we try to force our way through a door that the Lord is telling us, don't go that way, go this way. Just like he says in verse 7, turn not from it to the right hand or to the left. So what he's saying is, stay the course that I have given you. Stay on the path that I have given you. Don't deviate from where I'm trying to tell you to go. And see, what happens is that people, we like to do our own thing, right? We like to do it our own way. We like to help God out. As so many people tell them all the time, oh, I'm going to help him out and do some things. And really all we ever do is get in our own way. The Lord is telling us, I have laid out a path. I have given you instruction. I have given you direction and focus. I have given you exactly what you need for this time to trust me to go and take care of the business at hand. And what happens is that we end up deviating, and we end up taking the scenic route, the long way around, right? And giving ourselves undue stress and undue pressure, undue disappointment, when we don't follow God's instructions, and when we don't go in the way that he's laid this thing out for us. Whatever that task is, whatever you've been called to do, whatever your ministry is, whatever your status is, whatever it is that you have been led to do, if it's just to help people, if it's to visit the sick and shut in, if it's start backpack ministries or any number of things. There's so many different things that we can be doing to help people. There's so many different things that we can be doing to show the love of Christ. And a lot of times, when we begin to walk in the direction with purpose, the enemy's going to try and come in and sabotage that, right? He's going to come in and try and deter us. And we have to stay the course. We have to be encouraged. The Lord said that he will never fail us, nor will he forsake us. So we have to trust that he is going to deliver on his promise, because God cannot lie. So all you have to do is press through the issue. Press through the obstacle. Press over the mountain. Continue to just keep your eyes focused. Keep your heart focused. A friend told me, and this was profound, was seeing with your heart. So taking that, you have to be able to keep your eyes focused, your faith eyes, your heart focused on what the Lord has tasked for you. Right? You have to continue to keep that focus and that drive and that determination, because as you persevere, your faith grows. As you persevere, you overcome obstacles. As you persevere, you begin to see more and more the power of God in your life and in the life of people that you connect with, in the life of people that you come in contact with. And you can see just how magnificent God is. So really, I want to continue to encourage everybody that whatever it is that you're doing right now for the Lord, if it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, if it doesn't seem like if it seems like it's standing still, don't be discouraged. Don't give up, because that's what the enemy wants you to do. He wants to throw just enough at you to make you not want to continue to do it. And when you have a special calling, and when you have something that the Lord has specifically told you that you need to do, you need to follow through. You need to push through it and continue to do what the Lord has given you and tasked you with, because there is greater on the other side. There are rewards for being obedient. There are great things that can come to pass when we do what God has told us to do, and when we persevere, when we press through, and we overcome. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. If that's the case, there's no reason why we should not have the faith and the confidence that God is going to deliver us. Right? We have the victory. Right? Jeremiah 29:11. I know the thoughts that I have for you; they are for good and not of evil, to give you an expected end. The expected end is victory, which tells me that God has already promised us that we're going to be victorious. We just have to be able to press through the junk. We've got to be able to press through the obstacle. We've got to be able to press through the disappointment, because that's where our faith steps in. Our faith steps in when we can't see that it's going to get any better. When we can't see with our physical eyes that there's going to be any growth. When we can't see that things are going to get any different, they're going to be any different, is when faith has to step in and the spirit man has to come alive and take control and say, it's okay, I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I know it's there. Right? I can't see to the top of the mountain, but I know that there's a peak. I can't see across that ocean, but I know there's a shore on the other side. So you have to have faith, right? Because we walk by faith and not by sight. If we just walk by sight, well, we get deterred and stop at every bump in the road, at every speed bump, at every obstacle, at every hurdle. We would just stop. Well, you know what? I can't get through. I can't get by. I can't climb over. But it's faith that helps us to push through it when there looks like there's not going to be any other way. So continue to be encouraged. Continue to be prayerful. Prayer is one of the most powerful things, and you will hear this from me probably every single episode. Continue to pray, because prayer is communication, and it is through prayer that we can receive revelation. It is through prayer that we can receive a word from God. It's through prayer that we can become encouraged, that we can strengthen our spirit, to have the spirit take over the flesh. And you want to continue to be prayerful. Always continue to study. Read as much as you can. Don't just read the word, but study other texts, study other people's works, study other papers, essays on the topics. Look at a dictionary. If you get an opportunity, I have an interlinear Bible that has Greek and Hebrew, and it's got the Strong's Concordance numbers on it. Anything that you can get your hands on to help enhance your knowledge of the Word is going to be valuable, because the more that you can understand it, the more you can apply it. And the more that you apply it, the more powerful you become. So continue to study, continue to pray, continue to fellowship one with another, continue to live in peace and tranquility as much as possible. I know that situations can give rise to other emotions, and again, it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be upset. It's how we handle that thing. And again, the more that you study, the more power you have over yourself, the better off that you're going to be able to handle those situations and not come unglued and not have a meltdown or just get upset and hurt somebody else's feelings. So just continue to be encouraged, guys. This is really what it was about today. Was just I want to encourage you guys as much as I possibly can. And I speak from experience that, as long as you continue to do what God has told you to do, doors are going to open. Things are going to happen. They have to happen because God has ordained it that way. And so, as long as we keep our trust in Him, there's nothing that can't be done. There's nothing that can't be accomplished. And He's going to see us through to the victory. So, again, I'm your host, Langley. This was just a casual word, food for thought. As always, share this on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Google+. If you have any questions, any comments, if you have any topics that you'd like to see discussed either on the Food for Thought or in a regular episode of The Casual Word, please email me at thecasualword@gmail.com. I hope that you guys have been encouraged. I hope that you're uplifted. Anytime that you need a word of prayer or any other way that I can help you guys, please don't hesitate to contact me. Be looking for another episode of The Casual Word with another guest coming up this week. Again, I am Langley. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, stay blessed.